Hello and welcome to Original Material. I'm Gemma Syme. In this podcast, I get to ask incredible musicians to tell us about 3 songs that define their high school years, 3 words that sum up their teenage selves, and 1 ultimate track they believe every young person should hear right now. Prepare yourself, ladies. By popular demand, I am sitting down with the magnetic Tender Moonlight. In this episode, we step back to a formative era of early internet exploration, from dial-up 56k LimeWire downloads to deep diving into international music forums like the Mars Volta chat rooms to crack the code of complex time signatures. We also discuss his deep, enduring love for aggressive, uniform-wearing grindcore, including the story of how he ended up with a custom karaoke track for his favourite song. Plus, we look at his sudden pivot into the glossy, smoky, primary-coloured world of 80s Italo disco, and how a low bitrate YouTube video completely birthed the dad aesthetic performance art of Tender Moonlight today. Hello, and welcome to the pod, Frankie. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me. Can you hear me?
Can hear you perfectly well.
Cool.
Can hear the clinkling of that ice and that beautiful G&T as well. So,
cheers.
What would be 3 words to describe yourself as a teenager?
Oh, I didn't prep for this. Outsider. I don't know. Musician. That's a good one. Weirdo.
You know, you're not the only one to sort of say those sorts of things.
Yeah, cool.
It seems to be the
Common
traumatizing
thread.
teenage experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. And why would you say weirdo?
I went to like a pretty heavy rugby school, you know? So like the fact that I didn't really care about sports. Although I did play hockey, which was fun because we'd get high and then go play hockey on Friday nights. It was so sick. Just like this ball like darting around everywhere.
It was your Friday night ritual, like, you know.
Smoke some weed with my buddies and then go play hockey and take the piss. It was cool.
Cool. So what were they? Outsider?
Outsider, musician. I played music in high school. That was kind of my main focus. Yeah.
Did you start as soon as you got to high school or before? You were playing before you even got there?
Before, because my mum's family is quite musical. And so, you know, there were always instruments around as a kid and quite curious, wanting to have a look and muck around on like organs and stuff and see what happens. And then got to high school and then I was like, okay, I want to understand how this music thing works. So I learnt cornet just so that I could figure out like music theory and yeah.
Cornet.
Cornet. It's kind of like a trumpet, like a little trumpet.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And so I learnt that and yeah, just to kind of be able to read sheet music and understand all that side of things.
Were lots of people playing the cornet? That's not an instrument. Like it took me a second to sort of remember what a cornet was. Was that quite big at your school or you were just like the cornet, of course?
Nah. I mean, there was one at my school. So I was like, I want to learn that. I want to learn how to do that. What is this thing? How do you make it work? How do you make sound come out of it? And then they had lessons at school with a brass tutor that like 2 other kids were doing. So yeah, it wasn't very common or popular at school, but I just did it, you know, because I wanted to understand this whole thing. Like, why are these people doing this stuff? What does this all mean? And just kind of crack the code.
Did you crack the code?
Nah.
Still learning?
Still learning, yeah.
How did you discover new music in high school?
Through friends' older siblings, through the internet. The internet had like come out in a big way. So I was like, oh, what's on here?
I've heard of this internet thing.
Yeah. So like kind of peek around at music forums and stuff and see what people were talking about. And
can you remember what forums you looked at?
I used to go onto the Mars Volta forum. I was like, yeah, this is some freaky music, dude. You know, these guys do different time signatures. This is crazy.
Very of the time.
Yeah.
The Mars Volta forum.
Have you ever gone back and listened to it?
Mars Volta?
Yeah.
Not recently, but...
don't bother. But, yeah, so, yeah, that was like a big forum that I was like chatting with people all over the world. Yeah, that kind of like influenced my music tastes, I think, in that time.
was that helpful being sort of in a smaller town in NZ to have this peek out into the world and sort of connect with maybe a group of people who were listening to the sounds that most people in Wanganui were doing, or the rugby crew? You can have those conversations with those humans?
Nah, yeah, I suppose so, yeah. Because there's like, I don't know, very small community of like-minded folk at the same sort of age level that I was in. So you kind of looked outside, you know.
Who were the older people who influenced you? You said there were some older people.
Later on into my like high school years, the art school here was doing really well. There were like a lot of great artists to come through, and so yeah, made friends with a few people from there. This woman, Claire McNamara, I started a band with her, and she was like sick and like exposed like a whole bunch of new music to me as well, like Sonic Youth and stuff. And
what was the band called?
It was called Lasso Trick.
What was the thought behind the name?
I don't even remember. It's so long ago. But yeah, I played drums. She played bass, and her partner at the time, Alex, played guitar, and Alex and I would do vocals. But yeah, just kind of, we did a cover of The Man with X-Ray Eyes by Bauhaus.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a bop. It's such a good tune. Kind of in a similar vein to like I guess like Sonic Youthy, I suppose. Alex was into them pretty big during that time. So yeah, that was kind of like my connection to like older crowds and stuff. And then that kind of spearheaded like Claire started running a music venue with her flatmate Al, and yeah, then things just kind of snowballed, and yeah, just found a whole bunch of different artists and started playing a whole lot more shows and stuff like that. So
speaking of live shows, let's talk about your first track that you're going to talk about. It's called Tracking, and it's by, is it Sabot or is it Sabot?
Sabot, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I first caught wind of them around that similar sort of time when I started hanging out with Claire and Alex. There was a cafe called the Red Eye, which ironically people used to smoke weed out the back. And yeah, real on the hush hush. But they would have gigs like every now and then, like maybe 1 or 2, 3 a year sort of thing. It was pretty, yeah. But anyway, that was when I first met, do you know Kieran from Mr. Sterile Assembly?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's when I first met Kieran, and I would have been like 16, maybe 15. And I was just like, whoa, who are these guys? And then, yeah, they were touring with Sabot. And seeing Sabot for the first time was just like Hillary, the drummer, was just out of this world for like my teenage brain. Never really, like, from a small town, never seen music like this before. It was just the bassist and the drummer, like they were like husband and wife from the States originally, and then they moved to the Czech Republic, and they did a tour through New Zealand back in, I guess it would have been 2006 maybe. But yeah, they blew me away, and just Hillary's drumming was just like, you can drum like that? That's crazy.
What was it about the drumming? Was it the time
signatures?
Just like
was it the intensely hard-hitting, fast, and just like feminine energy? It was like, whoa, blew me away.
Do you know how they came to tour New Zealand?
No, I don't know the details of that. I assume they were friends with Mrs. Sterile Assembly and came through with them, because Mrs. Sterile Assembly, you know, when they were active, they were traveling like non-stop, just touring everywhere, you know, Southeast Asia, Europe, just, you know, unstoppable force. And I assume, you know, in their European tours, that's where they probably met, but I can't confirm that. But
had you heard anything like this locally,
no.
Sabot?
No, and that actually like inspired one of my first bands pretty much. I was just like, they were just bass and drums, and it was like mind-bending to think that, like, at the time my understanding of what a band was like, you got to have drums, you got to have guitar, you got to have bass, you got to have, you know, vocalists. And yeah, it was just kind of like rewriting the rules in my head. It was like, whoa, you can do that, and then
anything is possible.
I know. And it was like, okay, sweet, I can do that too. And yeah, So my first band Sets with my friend Dion was kind of inspired by that.
Cool. What do you like about this track in particular, the tracking?
It's a bop. Just gets me going, hypes me up. And, the nostalgia factor of it as well.
The nostalgia of seeing them live.
Seeing them live, having my mind melted in real time, and then just objectively a sick track.
Moving on to song 2, The Locust. Anything Jesus does, I can do better. I've got to say that name is hilarious. Song name. First in. How did you first hear The Locust?
Yeah, so that was from that same forum that I was like frequenting in my teen years. And then this guy, I don't even remember his name, he was just like, you need to check out this album. And so I opened up LimeWire, put in The Locust, and their album, I can't remember, that album. Anyway, that album was on LimeWire, and so, I started downloading it, and like a day later it downloaded on 56k internet. So I was like, sweet, I've got this album, gave it a listen, and same deal. It was just like completely like threw any preconceived ideas of what I thought music was out the fucking window. Yeah, just these crazy time signatures. The drummer in The Locust, Gabe, was like incredible as well. I think during that phase of my life, I was just like really obsessed with like interesting drummers.
Math rock and all of that sort of sound that was coming out at that time, I instantly thought math rock, but it's kind of like mathcore. It's not. Yeah,
it's like grindcore, but like it's goofy at the same time. I mean,
like the stage costumes.
Yeah, I mean, they're wearing costumes and they're like, well, if you say that to Justin Pearson, he will say they're uniforms, they're not costumes. But anyway, these costumes and like, just like abrasive synthesizers, crazy time signatures. It kind of seems like almost it's erratic and random, but like really well crafted.
This song is pretty short, like it's a minute 26 or something. What was it about this song in particular that you connected with?
So when I got into that album, and I was like, this is insane, this is sick, and they became like my favorite band in high school pretty much. I was just blown away. I was curious because like to the untrained ear, it's just like noise and screaming, and I was like, what are there lyrics out there? And so I googled what the lyrics were, and it turns out like they're actually saying things. And so I read through the lyrics, and then just the lyrics of that song were hilarious.
And is it true that you know all the lyrics?
Yep.
To the song?
Yep.
Has somebody put together a karaoke track for you? Tell us the story about that.
There was this guy, Matt Brennan, that used to run Karaoke Dick in Wellington, and he asked me if I was to do a karaoke song, what would it be? And I was like, anything Jesus does, I can do better by The Locust, because I know all the words. And then he was like, okay, sick. And then he made the karaoke version, and I did it. But
did their lyrics or philosophies like impact you in any way?
Yeah, definitely. Just kind of like that ability to not take yourself too seriously, to be kind of genuine and to have fun.
I guess have fun, but they were still saying something with a philosophy behind it. Like there's a balance almost between the fun, but also like, fuck you.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of it is also like, anti-establishment ideologies and, anti-religious, ideas that are used in their lyrics and in their song titles, and then this kind of like grindcore metal sort of acidic as well. I don't know. It just really struck a chord with me. Excuse the pun.
More puns. Always more puns. Moving on to the third and final track. It's slightly different to the other ones.
Yeah.
Roger Meno, I Find the Way. Can you tell us why you chose this song?
Yeah, when I found out about Roger Meno, like I was going through this Euro disco, Italo disco phase in my teens as well.
How do you go from The Locust to Italo disco?
I don't know. They just have an appreciation for everything, I suppose. But
like there wasn't some I shouldn't be liking this, but I do.
Nah, it was pretty natural. It was like, this is a bop. This is a great song. And the video clip is amazing, immaculate.
Can you describe the video clip?
He's just playing like a keyboard with a guitar strap on it, and he's just like singing, looking at the camera, and it's all like, you know, glossy and lots of like primary colors, and it's in a nightclub and it's real smoky looking. I think where the video was shot was like, I don't know exactly, but he released that on ZYX, I think, ZYX Records, and like Fancy's record label. And I think ZYX maybe had like some spot that they would set up for making music videos and stuff, because a few artists at the time all made music videos in the same place.
So with the same set in the background.
Yeah, so like Grant Miller for his music video for Colder Than Ice is recorded in the same spot. And yeah, there's a few others that don't really come to mind right now, but I've seen it quite a bit. And it was quite funny because like I was drawn to that music video because I found out about Roger Meno through that video, and I was just like, this is great, this is beautiful, I'm so inspired by this. And then like fast forward, I don't know, maybe like 10 years or so, Golden Axe made a music video for their song Free Time, and the set design is like directly inspired by that.
Did you know that was happening, or like had it any?
No, it was just like, I know where you saw that. That's great. Yeah, I see you. Real ones know.
Did you see the music video first? So you didn't hear the song first. Were you watching YouTube? Like, was it on YouTube?
Yeah, just on YouTube. Very early YouTube, so it was pretty low bit rate. Like, yes, but I was still just like, this is amazing. This is beautiful. And then that like inspired me to start making music as Tender Moonlight, pretty much.
Oh,
yeah, just like this dad aesthetic, like this dad making music, and I was like, this is cool. I want to do that.
My dad in the 80s had that moustache.
Whenever I'd play, I would like shave my entire face and just leave the moustache, and like always shave right before the show, right before I had to play.
So smooth. So I guess thinking of the Locust costuming and Roger Meno and all that sort of thing, that part of the package was quite important for you as well?
Yeah.
Like the visual and the performance?
Yeah, yeah. You know, coming up with this idea and then building a performance, building, you know, music, and yeah, just an act around some sort of idea really like resonated with me. And so I was like, okay, I need to do that. And then, a few years after finishing high school, I ran a music venue in Wanganui. And then I was like, okay, cool, there's a whole bunch of people that want to play in Wanganui, but there's no bands in Wanganui. So I took it upon myself to just like generate a whole bunch of different ideas and bands and just kind of have them as playing support with these acts that were coming through.
Even though you say that it doesn't feel like there weren't any bands at the time that would be there to play, it still feels like kind of a creative hub in a lot of senses. Did you feel that as a teenager as well?
Yeah, definitely, especially once I, you know, bridged that gap between me at high school and then like what was happening in the art school, just seeing all of these like people coming from all over the world just to live here and study fine art, and, you know, going to exhibitions and just seeing what sort of like ideas they were putting forth, and then pretty inspiring to just like create and make things and like enjoy what other people are doing. And
okay, final question. If you could recommend one song to teenagers now that they should listen to, what would it be and why?
Just seeing what kind of like young kids are doing nowadays, it's kind of like, yeah, they got the right idea. Like, you know, like putting, you know, goofy cartoon Hanna-Barbera sound effects into songs and just like making a beat out of them and just like fart noises and stuff. I'm like, yeah, that's sick. Just keep going. Keep pushing the envelope. I want to see what happens there. So like, it's kind of hard to give advice to these younger generations that are just doing like all this like goofy shit that's just like, I'm behind you with that. Like, I'm jealous. I wish I thought of that first.
Like, just keep going.
But
is there anything that you've listened to recently that you've just really enjoyed that you would recommend?
I don't really listen to music nowadays. I just make it. Yeah, it's hard. Like, I'm not one to just like always be looking for new things or like always having music on or.
What was your latest single that you released? Since that's what you've been listening to.
I've got like heaps of stuff going on, but I don't know. Let's go back to what I would recommend for kids. I don't know. I guess like go back in time, like listen to other stuff that has already come out, like when I was a teenager listening to like Italo Disco and Eurodisco, that came out before I was born. And I was just like, whoa, they were doing that back then? I think my advice would just be to like look forwards, but also like acknowledge what has happened before you, I think. Is that a good answer? I don't know. Yeah, because like, I mean, there's like terabytes, petabytes of like music out there that has already happened and will continue to happen. Yeah.
Just dig deep.
Go have a look. Go to your local record shop.
We've got Right On Supersound here. What's in Wanganui? And others, but, Right On Supersound is a great local music store.
I don't know the name of it. I think it's just called like Wanganui Record Shop or something. It's on the main street anyway. But yeah, they have some alright stuff.
Get in there,
but
though.
like, I used to live in Wellington and I spent a lot of time at Death Ray, which is now Creeps. So he's got some good selections. So
Yeah, find your local record store and get in.
yeah, go have a look. Go have a listen.
All right. Thank you, Frankie.
That's all right.
Feeling blessed. Yeah, really appreciate you taking the time to dig deep into your own past.
Yeah, thanks.
All right.
Cool.
Ka kite.
All right, bye.
Next time on Original Material, it's our season finale, and we're going out with an absolute banger. I am incredibly excited to be chatting with the legendary Zach Arnold. You might know him as a musician playing in bands like Sear, Mean Girls, and Sulfate, or as a veteran broadcaster from 95 BFM and RNZ. But most importantly for this show, he is the visionary founder of our favourite independent record label, Sun Return. We are going to be diving deep into the teenage tracks that shaped him, looking back at his own adolescent chaos, and bringing this entire season full circle. Don't forget, all of the incredible reworks featured throughout this series are gearing up for the official release of Instant Fantasies, the Wet EP remix, and it just so happens to be released through Sun Return. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, write a review, and until next time, stay tuned.